Welcome to the Wheatfield. Hope you're having a great December. It's flying by, right? There's a lot to get done. It's gonna get done. This is me telling myself these things. It may not be pretty, may not be easy, but it will get done. And not being pretty and not being easy is exactly what I'm gonna talk about today. A few weeks ago, our pastor was teaching on Esther, which is a story in the Bible I'm pretty familiar with, but there was a takeaway from that sermon that honestly, I've never really given much thought to, and it kind of has blown my mind. Using the framework of that story, I mean, if you think about it, like the Jews were about to be destroyed, and he used Esther and her family member Mordecai to come to their rescue, but it was not pretty and it was not easy. There had to have been an easier and prettier way to get this done. I mean, that story has concubines in it. It has someone getting like hung on the gallows. Like, it's not a pretty story. And there was an easier way to save the Jews from destruction other than Mordecai and Esther having to be caught up in this crazy plan and their lives being at stake. But sometimes, he said, this is what the pastor said that kind of got me, God's ways are not easy and they are not pretty. Still doesn't mean it's not God's way. I wonder if sometimes we buy into the false belief here in this world's way is if it's hard, can't be for you, or if it doesn't look picture perfect and exactly like you thought it would be, then it's wrong, you know? No, God's ways are not pretty and they're not easy. And we've got to remember in the seasons where things are not pretty and they are not easy that he is still there in the middle of it. And that may be his plan. It may be harder. It may be uglier than you would prefer. But he's still right there in the middle of it. It is his way and it is his plan. And if you think about a lot of the stories in the Bible, I'll start thinking about which stories in the Bible, when we think about it, aren't pretty and easy. The crucifixion. Surely there was an easier, prettier way than having your son die on an excruciating death on a cross, right? That's the first thing that came to mind. Well, that was not pretty. That was not easy. The opposite of pretty and easy. Then it made me think of the Christmas story. Really? Like Mary pregnant on a donkey for who knows how long, giving birth in a stable with hay and a manger, no room in the inn? That's not pretty. We've made it into this beautiful, pretty story. And at its heart, it is a beautiful story. But the reality was, it probably didn't feel so pretty and easy to Mary and Joseph, right? I mean, even just her having to announce that showing that she's with child when that was like so looked down upon. She wasn't even like married to her husband yet. That's not pretty. That's not easy. But God was in every single detail of the not pretty and the not easy. And I just want us to embrace that truth that sometimes things in life are not pretty and they're not the easiest way, but God is in the middle of it. And I'm going to read these verses. I have shared them on here before, but hello, I need repetition around here. I don't know about you, but it's Isaiah 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. As the rain and the snow come down from heaven and do not return to it without watering the earth and making it bud and flourish, so that it yields seed for the sower and bread for the eater. So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. But look at all the beautiful things that his ways accomplish, from the rain and the snow coming down from heaven and before not returning to it without first, he has a plan behind it. Watering the earth and making it bud and flourish. Like, there is a system, there is a method to the madness that he has put in order, and it may not feel pretty and it may not feel easy. Your life may not feel pretty and it may not feel easy right now, but he is in the middle of all of that. And I would even venture to say he is orchestrating it. As we think about our lives, think about the story of Jesus's birth, all the details that felt so hard and heavy, but he was right there, a beautiful Savior in the middle of a very uncomfortable hay-filled manger. And he came to save you, and he came to save me. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't easy, but it was God's way. See you soon in the Wheatfield.